Janet is a private, UK government-funded organisation, which provides computer network and related collaborative services to UK research and education. All further and higher education organisations in the UK are connected to the Janet network, as are all the research councils. The majority of these sites are connected via 20 metropolitan area networks across the UK. The network also carries traffic between schools within the UK, although many of the schools' networks maintain their own general internet connectivity. The name was originally a contraction of Joint Academic Network, but it is now known as Janet in its own right. The network is linked to other European and worldwide NRENs through GEANT and peers extensively with other ISPs at Internet exchange points in the UK. Any other networks are reached via transit services from commercial ISPs using Janet's peering policy. The Janet network is operated by Janet. Janet is also responsible for the ACUC and GOVUC domains. It is funded by Joint Information Systems Committee. On December 1, 2012, Janet and JISC Collections joined together to form JISC Collections and Janet Limited, as subsidiary organisations to JISC. Janet continues to operate under the brand name of Janet, with the same remit of providing a world-class network and related collaborative services to UK research and education. Janet was previously known as the GEANT Association, and prior to that, Kerner. History: Janet developed out of a number of local and research networks dating back to the 1970s. By 1980, a number of national computer facilities, each with their own star network, had developed. There were also regional networks centred on Bristol, Edinburgh and Newcastle, where groups of institutions had pooled resources to provide better computing facilities than could be afforded individually. These networks were each based on one manufacturer's standards, were mutually incompatible, and overlapping. In the early 1980s a standardization and interconnect efforts started, hosted on an expansion of the CircNet X25 research network. The system first went live in April 1983, hosting about 50 sites with line speeds of 9.6 kbits. In the mid-80s the backbone was upgraded to a 2 Mbps backbone with 64 kbits access links, and a further upgrade in the early 1990s sped the backbone to 8 Mbps and the access links to 2 Mbps, making Janet the fastest X25 network in the world. The Janet effort resulted in the standardization known as the Colored Book Protocols, which provided the first complete X25 standard. The naming scheme used on Janet had similarities to the Internet's domain name system, but with domains specified in big endian format rather than the little endian style used by DNS. There had been some talk of moving Janet to OSI protocols in the 1990s, but changes in the networking world meant this never happened. Ips and Super Janet. In January 1991 the Janet IP service was set up as a pilot project to host IP traffic on the existing network. Within 10 months the IP traffic had exceeded the levels of X25 traffic, and the IP support became official in November. Today Janet is primarily a high-speed IP network. In order to address speed concerns, several hardware upgrades have been incorporated into the Janet system. In 1989 Super Janet was proposed, to rehost Janet on a fiber optic network. Work started in late 1992, and by late 1993 the first 14 sites had migrated to the new 34 Mbit SATM system. Super Janet also moved solely to IP. In 1995 Super Janet 2 started, adding 155 Mbit SATM backbones and a 10 Mbit SSMDS network encompassing some of the original Janet nodes. Janet's mandate now included running metropolitan area networks centered on these sites. Super Janet 3 created new 155 Mbit SATM nodes to fully connect all of the major sites at London, Bristol, Manchester and Leeds, with 34 Mbit S links to smaller sites around the country. In March 2001 Super Janet 4 was launched. The key challenges for Super Janet 4 were the need to increase network capacity and to strengthen the design and management of the Janet network to allow it to meet a similar increase in the size of its user base. Super Janet foresaw the implementation of a 2.5 Gbps core backbone from which connections to regional network points of presence were made at speeds ranging between 155 Mbps to 2.5 Gbps depending upon the size of the regional network. In 2002 the core Super Janet 4 backbone was upgraded to 10 Gbps. Super Janet 4 also saw an increase in the user base of the Janet network, with the inclusion of the further education community and the use of the Super Janet 4 backbone to interconnect schools' networks. The core point of presence sites in Super Janet 4 were Edinburgh, Glasgow, Warrington, Reading, Bristol, Portsmouth, London and Leeds. In October 2006 the Super Janet 5 project was launched after a £29 million of investment. It provides a 10 Gbps backbone, with an upgrade path to 40 Gbps over the next few years. The new backbone as a result of the Super Janet 5 project is a hybrid network offering, providing both a high-speed IP transit service and private bandwidth channel services provisioned over a dedicated fiber network. It is designed not only to fully accommodate the requirements of the traditional Janet user base, all research institutes, universities and further education, but also to meet the needs of a new user base in the UK's primary and secondary schools. In April 2011 Verizon helped Janet upgrade 4 central locations to run at 100 Gbps, bringing it to a national research and education network performance parity with Internet 2. As of October 2011 they have over 18 million end users. Janet 6 started to go live in July 2013, and was officially launched at an event at the London Film Museum on 26 November 2013. At launch, Janet 6 had an initial capacity of 2 Gbps. Regional networks. The Janet network is implemented through 19 regional networks which connect universities, colleges and schools to the Janet network. Most regional networks are operated by Janet, although a few operate as independent entities working under contract to Janet, UK. Each regional network covers a specific geographical area. As of 2014 the following regional networks are connected to Janet: North East Scotland region, Cumbria and North Lancashire region, ClydeNet the Glasgow and Clydeside network, Eastman the Edinburgh and Stirling metropolitan area network, East of England region, East Midlands region, KPS and Kent Public Services network, South region, London region, Northern Ireland region, Northwest region, Northeast region, PSBA Wales, Southwest region, Thames Valley region, UHI, West Midlands region, YHMA and the Yorkshire and Humberside metropolitan area network. See also, Gar Permilant, Abilene network, Terina, JISC, references. External links, Janet website, JISC.